Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a challenge that stumps countless students, the periodic table. And I'm going to show you how to master it, not just survive it. Yep, 118 elements. Look, if staring at this thing feels like you're at the bottom of an unclimbable wall, you are not alone, I promise. But what if I told you there's a much, much smarter way to the top? All right, let's get right into it. Here's our game plan to turn that wall into a set of stairs. First, we'll talk about why what you're probably doing now just isn't working. Then we'll cover the golden rule. After that, it's time to unlock your memory palace. We'll look at how to play smarter, not harder, lay out a winning game plan, and finally, I'll give you the power formula to put it all together. Okay, first things first, why does this feel like an unclimbable wall? Well, the biggest mistake pretty much everyone makes is trying to cram all 118 elements into their brain at once. It's a recipe for disaster, total frustration. So here's the absolute truth. You don't need rote memorization. In fact, that's your enemy here. What you need is a strategy, and that's exactly what we're going to build, using some seriously smart techniques that are actually proven to work. And that whole strategy, it all starts with one golden rule. You have to understand before you memorize. Seriously, this is the foundation for everything else we're about to do. So before you try to memorize a single element, you got to get this. The table is actually a giant cheat sheet. It's organized into 7 rows, those are the periods, and 18 columns, the groups. And here's the first huge shortcut. Elements in the same column act alike. They have similar properties. Just knowing that one thing, it's a total game changer. Okay, now for the fun stuff. Let's talk about unlocking your memory palace. We're going to get into some verbal and visual superpower tricks that will make your brain feel, well, like it has superpowers. So, take a look at the Group 1 alkali metals. You've got Lit, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium. I mean, it's just a random jumble of letters, right? Totally meaningless. So how in the world are you supposed to remember that list, especially when you're sitting in an exam and the pressure is on? Well, check this out. You use a mnemonic. It's just a sentence, usually a pretty silly one, where the first letter of each word matches an element. So for this list, we've got little, naughty, kids, rub, cats, fur. See? Suddenly, li, na, ker, rub, sis, fur. It clicks. It's not so random anymore, is it? And this shows you just how powerful this is. You can do it for whole rows, not just columns. Look at elements 11 to 18 over there. Na, Mg, L, C, S, P, S, C, L, R. That's a mouthful. But what about Naughty Magician always seems perfect songs clapping arms? It turns a random sequence into a little story you can actually remember. All right, next up, visualization. This is another powerhouse trick. And the reason it works so well is simple. Our brains are just flat out better at remembering pictures than they are at remembering words or letters. It's a pretty simple 3-step process. First, you just give an element an image. So for hydrogen, let's say it's a balloon. Easy. Step 2, you link the images together into a little story. Maybe the next element, lithium, is a battery. So step 3, you create this really vivid movie in your head, like a giant balloon flies into a party and it's powered by a tiny battery. And honestly, the weirder and crazier the mental movie, the more it's going to stick. Okay, those trips are amazing, but they're not the whole story. You need a system. So that brings us to our next section, play smarter, not harder. We're going to look at some methods that make all of this feel less like work and way more like a game. Now, this next one is so simple, but it is so powerful. Color coding. Just grab some highlighters. Maybe make all the metals blue, non-metals green, noble gases yellow, whatever works for you. When you do this, you start chunking the information visually. Your brain just starts to see the patterns automatically without you even trying. And then there's the classic flashcards. They're classic for a reason, you know? Put the element name on the front, symbol and atomic number on the back. But here's the real secret sauce. You have to combine them with spaced repetition. That means you review them, but you leave more and more time between each review session. This is like one of the most scientifically proven ways to lock information into your long-term memory. It's a game changer. Okay, so now you've got a whole bunch of tools. Your toolbox is packed. Now we need a winning game plan. This is how you apply these new skills so you can crush it when it actually counts, like on your next exam. Periodic trends can feel super complicated, right? But you don't need to memorize a textbook. Just use these little shortcuts.
For atomic radius, which is just the size of the atom, remember this. Across a period, it shrinks, down a group, it expands. And for ionization energy, which is how tough it is to snatch an electron, just think right side is tight, down a group is light. Trust me, these little rhymes are absolute lifesavers in a test. And to tie it all together, here's a super manageable 7-day plan. See what we're doing here? We're breaking it down into small, bite-sized chunks. Day 1, you just worry about the first 10 elements. Day 2, the next 10. This way, you don't get to the night before the exam and feel totally overwhelmed. It's all about planning. So what does this all add up to? Well, we've arrived at the final power formula. And look, it's not about one single magic trick. It's about combining a few key pillars to achieve true mastery. And here it is, the formula you need to remember. Memory equals mnemonics plus visualization plus practice plus revision. Every single one of those is crucial. You can't skip a step. You need all 4 of them working together to make this stuff stick, not just for the exam, but for good.
Okay, but wait, I've got one more bonus super trick for you. This is the thing that ties it all together and will seriously accelerate your learning like you won't believe.
Ready? Here it is. Draw the entire periodic table from memory, every single day, for 1 week. Yeah, I know, it sounds a little intense, but this is the ultimate active recall exercise. It forces your brain to retrieve the info, not just look at it. And I promise you, it will cement this stuff in your brain faster than absolutely anything else.
So there you have it. You've got the strategy, you've got the tools, you've got the power formula. That unclimbable wall we talked about at the beginning, it's not so scary now, is it? It's yours for the taking. The only question left is, are you ready to finally own the periodic table?